tomorrow's news today.
Now 103 days into the Iran war, and Trump says we're back at war with them. Striking all of Iran, blowing up civilian water supplies as promised, and Iran pledges to strike back across the Middle East. Meanwhile, the media is giving more coverage of the UFC event coming up next week into the stupid ballroom. But the big story is the beheading footage, or the attempted beheading footage for this Sudanese Islamic invader is slicing this man's neck and face up like Swiss cheese. And the man is still in critical condition, reportedly put his eyes out. And now he learned of more hammer and knife attacks with other people's faces bashed in and sliced up. And lots of more raping and killing in Ireland. And the UK wide, there's people are uprising in the UK wide, England, Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, and of course in Scotland. But the main epicenter is now Northern Ireland, Belfast. And dozens of migrant centers burned to the ground. Hundreds of their council homes attacked, burned to the ground. The Islamics have responded by coming out and lining up to get in street fights with the Irish. They're getting beat to hell. Not the Irish aren't exactly pussies. So they finally run into people that are going to fight back. It's not going too well for the invaders. You have to remember, the UN brings in military-age men of the lowest IQ from the most dangerous countries who've been dumped out of the prisons and things. So I want to be clear, there are actually some nice people in Africa. I've run into it, I don't know a lot of them, but they have businesses and are doctors and farmers and run things. They are dumping, the UN is, the literal detritus of Africa and the Middle East into Europe. And it is bad, bad, bad. You have to understand, in these super poor areas of North Africa, down into Central Africa, for the lower classes, it's like fifth world. It's not third world, fourth world. It's fifth world, caveman, where the poor people just fight and die and literally live by the blade and just constantly kill each other. They have cannibalism in those areas of Africa, all sorts of crazy witch doctor stuff. You've got people that grew up on the lowest nutrition possible, which makes the brain much smaller. That's why those IQs in those areas are statistically much lower. It's because of massive malnutrition. You now see IQs dropping across the board, black, white, Hispanic here in the West because of the baby formula being 2/3 corn syrup. So the same effect is happening, and it's just absolutely nightmarish. But the Iran thing's big, and Trump, again, goes through this pattern. He wants an off-ramp, but Iran holds the cards. But I've pointed out they are being belligerent and miscalculating, and other top analysts have agreed. We've got some of that coming up. But I'm not going to do Iran until next hour. We usually cover it up front. It sucks all the oxygen out of the room. What's happening with the UN replacement migration and the invasion of Western Europe, the attempted invasion of Eastern Europe, the invasion run by the government in the UK, Canada, and under Biden here, is all centralized. So anything you see happening in France, Australia, same thing here. It's the same NGOs, same globalists, same plan. They're just 5 years ahead of us. So, A, we should have solidarity with the Europeans and anybody else being invaded. But we should also understand we need to study this and fight this, because this is exactly what we are up against. And the media is literally in England, Scotland, and Ireland. I've got the clips saying, we need an internet ID and to ban anyone showing the beheadings and rapes and murders. The problem is people being able to see this. We must cover it up. Keir Starmer is calling for spyware on all phones and a national internet ID. That's what they want here as well. We'll cover it all straight ahead. Massive transmission on this Wednesday, June 10th. Stay with us and share the live feeds at Real Alex Jones on X and Rumble. Stay with us. All hell is breaking loose in Northern Ireland, centered in and around Belfast. The government has brought in over 1 million illegal aliens, 90+% military-age men. None of them have jobs. They come from the most dangerous areas in Africa, and they just rape, rob, steal, and kill all day long. And then when you see all these different videos, you'll notice that now, in many cases, the majority of the police don't even speak English and are Arabic and African, and they're taking Irish people's farms away. And so now, after this attempted beheading video came out 2 days ago, And when I saw it, I said, okay, that's it. This is going to trigger him because there's been so many murders and killings and things very similar to that. That the image of this Sudanese Muslim squatting on top of a Irish man, slicing his face open with a box cutter, just reportedly cut his eyes out, slit his throat, just cuts all over his face. And then photos got released, and people pointed out, oh, no, that's not him. That's another guy this week that the illegal aliens beat with hammers and knives with all the cuts all over his face. So we'll put that from Real Alex Jones on X up on screen. I mean, just so many attempted beheadings and so many stabbings and murders, you can't even keep track of it. And there's more stabbings all over the UK by the illegal aliens, more all over France, Germany, Sweden. I mean, just dozens a day, pushing people in front of trains, mass rape, stabbing babies at parks. I mean, this is what goes on because they're literally taking the worst criminals, military-age men out of the Middle East and Africa and dumping them in Europe, dumping them in the UK, and they know exactly what they're doing. And then the police own guidelines. They say a crime against a non-white is more important than a white, and you will absolutely not believe anything a white person says. That's why you can be stabbed, bleeding to death, and they say, sorry, we're not helping you. The guy said you're a racist. Now, it's been confirmed. I saw this yesterday but didn't run it, but now it's been confirmed in the local news that the guy that got attempted beheading, who's fighting for his life right now, we have his name now, he and his mother helped the two African Muslims, first he said Somali, it's confirmed Sudanese now, Sudan, that they've been given a two-bedroom apartment in their building. They were helping them get furniture, having them into their house, and that then both men, the first part's not caught on video, attacked this guy because he didn't give them everything they wanted, and then sliced him all up, trying to cut his head off with a box cutter. So that's what we're talking about. He's now in a coma after unprovoked attack, reportedly cut his eyes out, everything. And so people are done. Now, again, they have built hundreds of thousands. I've shown you these newscasts, and they announce how great it is. Oh, look, we've built all these new free council houses, beautiful little cottages, you name it, for our the migrant friends, many of which come there totally illegally, arriving, being flown in by NGOs, coming in on the rubber boats. And they then give them free houses and then huge amounts of welfare. In fact, I meant to get to that yesterday. It's just a microcosm. It's the same all over the world. In Massachusetts, in fact, guys, reprint that. It was a newscast, an article about it. They give $4,000 a month per illegal alien, free housing, free health care, and a bunch of other free stuff. I couldn't even believe it. And $30,000 a year for housing. Now that's Massachusetts. California's doing it. They're all doing it as an incentive to get to the West and to get all the freebies. But before they're brought in for 3 to 6 months, the military-age men, we show you the boats coming in, no women. When I say 90% men, it's like 98% men. They are brainwashed at the UN centers before they get here that whites are evil, you're owed everything, you're conquering, you're going to get all these women, you're going to get all this power. That's why you see the ones that can speak English say, I am here for the pussy, the white pussy. I'm going to play a bunch of clips I can. We played it before, but there's new ones every day. I am here to conquer you. I am here for the white pussy. I'm sorry to talk like that, but that's what they say. And no jobs, no nothing. They just stand around. And a lot of them come from gangs. And, I mean, show this B-roll you're showing right now. Just back that up and show that again for TV viewers. I mean, this is what's going on, folks. And this is replacement migration, the official UN plan. So this brutal beheading footage we're going to show you, viewer discretion advised, is again a man with a box cutter celebrating and screaming that he's conquering everybody while he slices this guy to pieces slowly like Freddy Krueger. And it's just standard operating procedure, and it's now been confirmed what the neighbors said yesterday. Indeed, this Irish guy was basically a liberal and was, has that thing, that self-guilt thing. What the Irish ever do to anybody. Never were colonial, never had slaves, never did jack crap. On average, been persecuted more historically than any African. I mean, they've had it really rough for 500 years with the British. And now they're under full invasion. And I've got all the different political leaders, they're talking about, it will not be tolerated. You will accept this. So here is the shocking attempted beheading that triggered this uprising. And as I said yesterday, the war for the West has begun. Here it is.
He's dead. He's just killed him. Hurry up.
He's dead. He's completely dead.
No,
No, he's not. Rob.
Yo!
He's cutting
Hey,
him.
hey,
He's cutting him.
He's here. He's trying to cut his head off. He's mate. Hurry up.
Hurry up.
He's slicing his head off here. Hurry up. The fuck.
Here,
Hurry,
back
hurry,
him.
Come that bastard. Come that bastard.
Get him.
Quick. Kill him. Get on them. Let him go down. Now, time on. Yes. Yes. Get up. Get up.
There's a cop. There's a cop. Back off. Back off. Back off.
Quick. No. Bro, get off. Quick.
He's trying to cut his head off.
Now, the Irish are very restrained. They use like a road sign, those little road divider things, it looks like, to hit the Islamic 3-4 times in the head and let him run off. If I was watching a white guy for no reason carve up some black dude, I would not have let him get away. I'm not saying I'd do better, but I would certainly try. But they were very restrained. You hear the woman say, okay, that's enough, and then they stop. That's enough? I'd have that guy's head bouncing off the concrete for sure and eating my boot. But now the UK is saying we're going to arrest anybody Starmer is. Anyone showing this footage will be imprisoned. We'll soon have our internet ID in place, and none of you will be allowed to do anything. I have it announced right here. So, and I've got Irish TV, Scottish TV, and English TV all saying the same thing. The main mission is stopping this evil video being shown, not the attack. None of them will decry it. They won't take a knee for old people getting killed and murdered because they're not black. It is open season, and people are awake. So here's the neighbors of the Belfast man who was nearly beheaded by an African invader, Stephen, if I pronounce it right, Ogilvie, was helping the same man who attacked him, is a next-door neighbor just 4 days before the attack. They just moved in the last week. 2 Sudanese, and it's now been confirmed in the local papers that, indeed, what the neighbors said yesterday is true. These are their neighbors. They rolled out a red carpet to these guys. And I've got examples here in France and other areas where they brought one of these Islamics in to work at the church, the famous cathedral, so he burns it down. They let him out of jail a week after he burns down the cathedral. The head priest lets him move in with him, and then he killed him. I have the newscast on that. This is suicidal empathy, folks. This is beyond dodo birds. I mean, dodo birds just had no instincts, would let you come up and kill them and eat them and let you take their eggs. No. These are like dodo birds that run up and show their neck and want you to slit their throat. So you have to understand how barbarous many areas of Africa and the Middle East are. But the most barbarous, these are fifth world, beyond Stone Age. And they are literally bringing people that can barely talk, have super low IQs, grew up in total malnutrition in murderous slums, and just dumping them off. And all they know how to do is go around and forage and conk people over the head. And I've got all the footage of them just grabbing women, dragging them off, and trying to rape them or raping them, running around in parks. The favorite thing is just stabbing babies. I need to stab a white baby. Stab. You want to see 50 videos of babies being stabbed? I'll show them to you. I have a stack here of over 300 videos of just the last few days that I haven't even aired much of these because it would be the entire show every day to show the new ones. And then if you literally have a British flag out, they come and arrest you saying that made the Muslims mad. I have a bunch of new videos of that. In Germany, an AfD elected official hung from their office a German flag, and the police came. Because a German flag, you can't show a German flag. I mean, please, that's evil. So this is total slave trading. So here is the neighbor of the man that is in a coma, lost so much blood, poorly eyes cut out, you name it. And this has now been confirmed. And then I'm going to dovetail it with just one of the newscasts out of Ireland, where they're nothing about the victims, nothing about all the rapes and murders, nothing about the crime rate exploding, nothing about all these illegals getting everything free. But we must find a way with the AI to censor everybody. And don't worry, Keir Starmer has a plan. The problem is you know this is happening, not that it's happening. Here are the clips.
That was attacked. She says she used to babysit for him when he was younger. He's special needs and he's hard of hearing.
Yeah.
And she said them
disabled.
Well, she said that she knows the family well and she used to mind him. She said that wee lad has been living there, that young man, well he's 47. She said he's been living there for about 2 years. And she said them foreigners that moved in only moved in like 4 days ago.
Right.
And he was doing everything to help them out when they moved in. And it's not just one. There was 2 of them jumped him. But the news hasn't given it out yet. The 2 of them moved into the flat.
Wow.
And one of them was the one that was arrested. The other one hasn't been mentioned anywhere in the news yet.
But he was involved in the attack, allegedly.
This is what she said. This is why up in Rathcoole they're going ballistic, because the wee lad originally came from Rathcoole and apparently he did everything to help them.
And do you think the authorities are trying to cover that kind of thing up, that there was a second?
The whole thing, they're trying to blanket everything that's going on today.
The lad who was attacked was actually trying to help them move in?
He was helping them for the last couple of days. Apparently he's really kind, thoughtful wee lad, kind-hearted. That's what she said. She says, Margaret, he's the type of man he would have done anything for anybody. She says, so he has been going out of his way to help him. Now, the reports we're hearing now is his nose has been cut, his eyes out, and he's blind in the other. That he can't hear anybody, he's hard to hear him. What life has he got when he comes out of intensive care?
I welcome the Minister saying that politicians need to be careful, because all I hear from the government benches is dog whistles constantly, where they scapegoat migrants for their own failures, and they're doing it more and more and more, and it is a clear pathway that this government has chosen to go down. And I that for me, I think, tonight, those scenes we're seeing, we have to ask ourselves as a society how this is happening, and we have to ask all of us on an individual basis need to ask how we are either contributing to this or fixing it.
Mary?
Yeah, I think the argument has been coming from government for some time now that, technological advancements are happening so quickly that they are now playing catch-up policy-wise. But, as was pointed out, it's a year to the day to the week since Ballymena. I mean, these issues have been going on for a long enough time that it sort of beggars belief that a video of that nature was allowed to be circulated for hours and hours on end this morning without any consequences, or with any of those companies that are regulated here in Ireland being called up on it.
Okay, just very briefly, dog whistling from the government benches.
So you have the corporate media that almost no one watches and almost everybody hates. And it's the exact same script. I've got British, Welsh, and Scottish clips saying the same thing. We need censorship. We need it right now. Nothing about the murder, nothing about the death, nothing about the maimings, nothing about all of it. It's insane. Here's some just B-roll, clip 37, of the organized invasion of the UK. It's the same everywhere. They fly in on planes. They come in on boats. They're then offloaded, 4-star hotels, 3 meals a day, bed turn-down service from all over the world, from Africa, from India, from the Middle East, just pouring in. And I have newscasts, I have all the clips of them saying, if you criticize any of this, you should be put in jail. And they do put you in jail. And I have countless new videos of them just grabbing white women when they come out of their house or out of a bar and dragging them away and the police won't respond because that would be racist. And then I have the Muslims saying, new clips, we are allowed to rape white women because they're not Muslims, they deserve it. And their Muslim wives saying, yes, I love it. My husband rapes them. My husband has white sex slaves. We make money off of it. They deserve it. And I have Palestinian TV, their official news, saying it. And some will say, well, wait a minute. Then you're for Israel. No, Israel's doing stuff that's wrong and dragging us into a war. And I don't like Israel running our government. And I can also not like the Islamic takeovers. You understand? It's like, I don't like arsenic and I don't like cyanide. I don't like gonorrhea and I don't like syphilis.
Don't come any closer.
You're supposed to like pick a side. How about we just quarantine the whole Middle East? It's cursed. You go have your hellhole. You guys all go kill each other. I'm not involved. Don't you prepare the national draft for us for your wars. No.
You have to understand.
No.
It was an accident.
Absolutely not. Everybody wants to get into the West because it has been the superior culture for liberty and freedom and justice. And if people want to be well vetted and get on board with the West and they want to adopt it and they've got skills, I'm actually, more of a classical liberal when it comes to that. But we've got enough people here now. We need to kick the bad ones out. We need to get our sovereignty back. We need a total moratorium on any immigration to the West unless you're truly a persecuted group. You got to prove it. And Trump's letting in the South African farmers. They're murdering them. They go, oh, he's letting in whites. Yeah, for many years, no whites were allowed to get that. I'm all for it.
There's nothing to say.
But quite frankly, some of these Christians being murdered in places like Nigeria, I think we should look at that. But the point is that Christians are under attack. The only other group under more attack is whites, period, because it's a green light from the ADL and its counterparts, B'nai B'rith around the world, that is anti-Western, anti-white. They see us as Titus in Rome, and that they say it, all their top rabbis, that we deserved this because we were bad to them in 70 AD, as if what some Romans did has something to do with me. I mean, it's just cuckoo town. But talk about having a long grudge. The average white person can't tell you who their great-grandfather or mother was, but the big slice of the Israel lobby is like, we're going to get the West because what you did to the Second Temple, bitch. And then all of this, before I get more of these clips, dovetails with the Carmelo Anthony verdict. Clearly killed the young high schooler in cold blood. And the media has totally brainwashed so many people that we have all these really whacked out black people running around saying we're going to kill whites over this, and then footage of just randomly going around and beating up white people and saying, you deserve this because of the Carmelo Anthony verdict. And this guy's like a homeless guy. When one of the videos on the side of the road, he goes, I don't even know who that is. And the black guy that punches him in the face says, well, I bet you're a juror. In Florida. Imagine you're a black guy in Florida and you see some old guy on the side of the street. So you ride up on your bike and punch him in the face because of Carmelo Anthony, and the old guy doesn't even know who the hell you're talking about. Yeah, like a homeless guy. Yeah, that's your ruler. That's your master. But I've never seen such ignorance as these videos out of North Dallas. I mean, and all these crazy black people are fighting with each other. You can't understand a word they're saying. That's all coming up. But meanwhile, I bet you most of those black people took all the COVID shots. They're not worried about Bill Gates, the New World Order. They don't know what that is. They just literally think that there's all these average white people out to get them. And they're projecting their own anger about their own lives onto that. It is so sad. But you watch the corporate media, the white newscasters, we're outraged. He was innocent. Oh, my God, there's going to be an uprising. This is George Floyd. So a white guy gets killed, and the black guy is going to go to jail. I mean, if there was some white guy who went and stabbed some black guy and he got 20-something years in prison, I wouldn't even pay attention to it. Oh, a white person's going to jail for killing a black person. I'm going to go riot. What the hell does that even mean? But that is the mindlessness of this. So we're going to get to that as well. But I'm going to get into the UK, particularly Belfast, and what's happening there, and what comes next as the uprising is on. Incredible clips coming up. And I've mentioned a lot of these. I'm going to get to some of these because I literally have hundreds of these. It is just insane. It's all coming up. Briefly, I want to show you guys the B-roll of this because it's amazing. I'm so excited on so many fronts, okay? I'm just going to tell you how my thinking works here. I told Bigley, our big sponsor, that finances and 90% of what we're doing here at the Alex Jones Network, how we're going to hire more hosts, more reporters, get back to where we were, even bigger. And I told them 2 years ago when they came in, I said, you got to get the highest rated gravity-fed filters, the best stainless steel. A lot of these companies that are even the tops could be made better. You could have better stainless steel, better filters. I want you to go next level. It took them 2 years. It came in, the most beautiful, highest rated stainless steel, the filters highest rated, non-detectable, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of forever chemicals, the atrazine, all of it, the glyphosate cut out to non-detectable levels. You can't by law say zero, but the spectrometer picks up nothing. It means undetectable. By top firms, we already showed you all that. I'm going to cut ads that show it all. But I knew that this is what you wanted because this is what I want. And you use it with your tap water, pool water, swamp water, everything. Any water it makes totally clean and healthy. And it does tens of thousands of gallons before you have to replace the filters, and those are inexpensive. And this is just beautiful for your kitchen, beautiful for work, beautiful for your cabin. It's a 3-gallon baby. I told them to make a smaller one too. That's going to come out. And I knew it would sell out in just a day or two. It's about to sell out today. They got a limited run, but more coming in a few weeks. So you get on the pre-order list at thealexjonestore.com. But I'd take action now because, as I predicted, this is going to sell out, and it's going to help fund our whole new network operation because everybody's going to want one of these. It's the best. Northern Ireland is in full revolt. Mass demonstrations, riots UK-wide. More than 7 migrant centers torched the ground. Those are foreign UN invasion points. Hundreds of other homes firebombed. Hundreds of cars burned in Belfast alone. Huge rolling street fights with the Islamic invaders predominantly and the Irish. And let's just say the Irish have been cleaning their clocks. And slow to anger, but once they get pissed off, they're not going to stop. Now the paramilitaries are threatening to rise up. Of course, Sinn Féin and the IRA have been co-opted, run by British intelligence for more than 50 years. That's been declassified. They're completely fake. They're for the invasion. But real Irish resistance groups are rising up. And you can mark this. I said it yesterday. The war for the West has begun. And I literally have dozens of videos of the illegal aliens attacking Irish. And then the Irish. So, I knew it when they started the invasion of Ireland 5 years ago that when it hit a boiling point, that it was going to be the flashpoint. Because you have that whole history in Ireland being invaded by the British over and over again. And the British tortured people, did all sorts of dirty tricks. It just didn't work. And so, that's where we're at right now. And then the Irish government signed on to the EU and for full invasion. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, show this B-roll of the jihadis, though, waving their knives around, saying what they're going to do to everybody. But Starmer's responded by saying, and I got the video, anybody showing the video of the attempted beheading or any other violence, you will be put in jail for years. And we're going to have internet ID. He had said for kids. Remember, they have to do the internet ID for everybody to prove you're not a kid. They don't care about you seeing porn, folks. Starmer now admits, no, we're going to use this so that you can't see the violence and the stuff that's going on. And again, it's confirmed now the individual that they attempted to behead, who's in a coma with hundreds of cuts all over his body and neck, his face. This guy went to town on him. Was basically a liberal and was helping these guys and was their next door neighbor. Wow, that's really nice, isn't it? That's really friendly. So here is a rant by an Irishman in Southern Ireland. And if you don't know the history of it, you also have the Orange Protestants in the north that were been the pro-British. And then you also had, they brought the Scots in to try to suppress the Irish. Then they just ended up intermarrying and turning against the British. That's the Scot-Irish. And they're all marching together. You've got in Scotland video of people marching, singing Royal Britannia Rules the Waves, the Scots in solidarity with the Irish and the British. And you've got the British in solidarity with the Scots and the Irish saying we got to get rid of our differences and these old wars we have with each other. The main invasion is now. Just like they all got together when Europe was getting defeated by the Muslims. The Crusades was a response to 700 years of invasion. They pushed all the way up to the edge of Germany, took a lot of Poland. Poland fought back. The Russians fought back. The Serbs fought back. And then it was the French, the Norman, and their Norman kin that dominated what is the UK today. They all got a big joint army together, and they didn't push the Muslims back until that started. And then you got the Reconquista. Took 400 years to retake Spain. And then all of a sudden the dominoes fell, and we pushed the Muslims all the way back to Jerusalem. And then we took Jerusalem, and the history books and all the movies show it like the Crusades was this offensive operation. After 700 years of getting our clocks cleaned, but the history books are clear. It was the muscle out of the UK, out of England, Scotland, and Ireland, the army that formed, that finally battering rammed all the way through and turned the Muslims. 500 years just to push them back a little, and then boom, in 50 years, pushed them all the way back. And it wasn't until the British Isles, the Emerald Isles, it wasn't until what is the UK today got in the fight that the Muslims got turned. So, and I knew, I mean, the Romans took them 200 years to conquer Germany. It was finally Julius Caesar was able to do it. That's why he was such a hero. 200 years the Romans couldn't do it. Hundreds of thousands of men they lost conservatively. Probably more than that. He got exiled there with an impossible mission because he was so popular. He said, you go beat the Germans. 14 years later, he beat them. But he later even wrote the subsequent Caesars, when they went to England, they said it's even worse. And they said the more north you go, the worse they get. They won't give up. They had to build Hadrian's Wall, up towards, as you get closer to Scotland, up past Wales, and told the Romans, you don't go past this line. So history repeats, folks. They've now bitten off more than they can chew. They've now launched their Islamic takeover of the UK with traitors in place to engineer it, and now the sleeping giant's rising. So here's a Irishman saying, set aside the differences, obviously, stupid. The British just use the Protestant Catholic split as their excuse to invade. Just get past this, and we have, and let's go to full defense of the West. All right, here's the rant.
Now, I was very reserved in my last video, not so much this one, because it's getting serious traction, and rightfully so. First things first, I don't know the condition of the man in Belfast. I hope he's okay. It's not looking good.
He's in a
There's
coma.
so many reports that he's in critical condition. He's dead. His eyes have been gouged out. None of those things are surprising if you see in the video. It's disgusting. It's disgusting what he did. He absolutely destroyed him. An attempted beheading is what it was. So don't let the media tell you it was a stabbing incident or blah, blah, blah. It was attempted beheading. Civil war is coming. And now is the time to actually... It's coming now. It's coming for a long time. The left are very quiet. The liberal lunatic left are very quiet today online. And rightfully so, because even they... Surely even they are waking up now.
And by the way, this was yesterday morning. His prediction came true.
Because they're trying to gaslight you the whole time. Stop sucking the government's cock, liberal left. Kids. If you stand with the right side of history, you actually might get the government out. But if you keep sucking the government's cock, then no, you won't get it out. Surely to now, Mary Lou McDonald has a lot to answer for above North. Micheál Martin, Keir Starmer, Simon Harris. These are our leaders. It's going to get worse. Like, Stevie Wonder can tell you and see that it's going to get worse. Like, if it doesn't take rocket science, it's going to get worse. It's simple as that. There's no point even bullshitting or sugarcoating it any more. We now have an attempted beheading on the streets. It happened to Sligo a few years back. 2 men got beheaded for being gay to a Muslim man. But now, that was swept under the carpet, didn't last long. This has gone viral all over the place. This is going to be the straw that brought the camel's back. And hopefully so. Up the north, guys, the men in Belfast, I hope you have a good night tonight. I really do, and I hope you destroy that government up there. Because this has gone on way too long. Your daughters, your sons, your wives and your girlfriends, now men, aren't even safe on the streets with these scumbag Somalians. What the has Somalia ever done for any country? Why would you bring in Somalians undocumented? What did it do? No. More attempted beheadings. More Allah Akbar. And it's going to get worse. Big protest up the north tonight, I think, blocking all the roads at 7 o'clock. The best of luck to every one of you guys. Show us how it's done, lads, will you? Please show us how it's done. Because we have a lot of losers down here that won't get off their couch. And what they might do is, they might comment on these posts and go, oh, you're so lefty, you're so racist, and all that kind of shit. Well, hopefully now, guys, this is the final straw that broke the camel's back. And we are together. We are together. I know we've had in the past Ireland and England, but this is a new fight. It's a new battle, and it's a battle for the saviour of the country as well, because it's getting destroyed. I stand with the men up north. I stand with them. I don't care. It doesn't make me a turncoat. This has to stop. You have to get Islam out of this country and stop inviting those scum vermin into the country undocumented, unchecked. Again, it boils down to the liberal governments, the soft like Starmer, Micheál Martin, Simon Harris and Mary Lou McDonald up there, Sinn Féin. We want diversity. We want a multicultural Ireland. Huh. Put it to a referendum and see who wants a multicultural Ireland. Why would you? You scared. The is about to hit the fan, and rightfully so. And the left, liberal loony left, you better stand with us.
And again, that was yesterday morning, because the government said, now the police admitting it, they said he was Somali. No, he's Sudanese, just south of there, Muslim, same people. And the only thing that guy said that isn't true is they're soft, they're dumb, Starmer, they're leaders. No, they're not dumb. It's an official plan. It's always key to know this is official. Replacement migration, they admit it all. And you've got the Catholic Charities, not bashing Catholics, but that's just who does it in the Jewish organizations. Not saying all Jews are doing it, but those are the two main groups. Look it up. Whether it's Europe or here, it's the same big NGOs. It's two of them. It's 80% of it. Catholic Charities is number one. Jewish Charities number two. And they're the ones, and they say there's too many white people here. And on the BBC shows all that, they show the Vikings are all black people and all this crap. And they now, at Oxford and Cambridge, say there is no Gaelic culture, there is no Celtic culture, that we never contributed, we don't exist. What the hell are you talking about? I exist, and I know about culture. You know, my background is German, a little bit of Native American, and then on my dad's side, but also my mom's side, Scots, Irish, English, Welsh. And so all that for me, it's easy to be unified with all these groups because I have my roots are all of those English and Welsh and Scottish and Irish, and you know, we've done our whole family tree down back. I guess I was even statistically the name's Jones, but I'm actually more Scottish when it comes to my background. Scottish then Irish and English are equal. Doesn't matter. It's basically the same people. We've been fighting with each other forever. But now the whole thing is under attack, and we have to stop all this infighting. We have to deal with the globalist invasion and what is happening and what is going on and what is unfolding. It's got to be done now. No more games. This is it. This is the new world order. Global corporations know the West has property and right to defense and all these things they want to get rid of. They have to discredit the West because the whole world wanted to adopt the West and was adopting it. And now the last 40 years, they've reversed that. We're adopting the corporate, globalist, pedophile, sexualization of children, leftist, drug addict culture to make us weak. And we have to decide to be men and to be people of the West again. And that doesn't mean we hate people that aren't from the West. There's a lot of great people around the world. And there's divide and conquer. But they're bringing in military-age men, brainwashing them to hate us because we're white. You see it everywhere. We have to recognize we're under attack because of our culture, because it stands in the way. Didn't matter if it was the Japanese or the Chinese or other historians that came and saw the West and came and saw the U.S., Alexander de Tocqueville, you name it, and they said, this is the best. The most freedom, wasn't perfect, but it stands in opposition to what the globalists are selling: transhumanism, anti-human, anti-natalist garbage. And if the West falls,
Okay,
the world falls
I can explain.
to tyranny.
We were just testing these out.
The West must be defended, and to do that, it must be celebrated,
They seem
it
to
must be
perfect.
supported,
They
it must be
always tell me,
defended.
Be careful, Mike.
And we are going to do that,
That way, Mike.
and we're doing that here today together. And that's why so much of the Rothschild British Empire system is openly against Western culture, because it's antithetical to what they're trying to establish.
I swear, I never.
Now, here is, and they announced themselves a few months ago, and they've been active. They got to watch out for infiltration, but looks like a pretty good group so far. And it's going back to a 1913 group out of Ireland that stood up to the British that's being reactivated. And
How can I face them?
well, let's just hear the announcement, one of the latest announcements out of Ireland about the resistance forming and gaining a lot of steam. Here is that report, Clip 21.
Citizens of Ireland, we address you tonight with a heavy heart, but with a firm resolve. We are the Irish Citizen Army, also known as the ICA. We created the rebirth of the ICA of 1913. We are all citizens, fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters, driven to finally take action on the intolerable corruption which is forced on us by the Irish and British governments. We also believe that the British government has no right in Ireland, has never had any right in Ireland, and never can have any right in Ireland. We represent all of Ireland's 32 counties. We refuse to witness the suffering of our citizens. Our Irish citizens refuse to be treated as second-class citizens on their own island. We, the ICA, refuse to witness our heritage and culture being erased. We refuse to witness the suffering and killing of innocent Irish citizens. We, the ICA, will fight for Ireland. We, the ICA, will take the necessary steps to achieve our goals.
By the way, they announced this year the color of Ireland is no longer green. They say it's black.
Our plan is to take action on the injustice of Irish citizens and to fight for a fair, free and independent Ireland. We are fighting for our future, the future of our children, the future of Ireland. We are fighting for our identity, our heritage and our culture. Our system is corroded from within, of the institutions of state hollowed out by greed and self-interest. We have borne witness to a creeping paralysis within the very heart of our government. Laws crafted to serve the people have been twisted to serve private pockets. Public funds, intended for healthcare, education, the protection of our communities, for our own homeless and our children have been siphoned off, diverted, or simply vanished into the ether of unaccountability.
Same NGO plan. They farm the homeless, they farm the illegals. The NGOs bring them in, they control them, they steal the money, and they use them as a political bloc.
Our communities, once bastions of neighborly support, are fracturing under the weight of fear. We hear your pleas, we see your worry, and the grim reality is that our country is no longer safe to walk the streets. Between the sheer number of illegal, undocumented military-age male migrants that flood our once beautiful streets, causing fear, terror, and threat of violence upon Irish communities, our own government threatening to remove our beautiful and sacred tricolour, the flag that so many brave men and women fought for, the very notion of peace and order, hard won over generations, is being systematically dismantled. We cannot allow the dream of a truly independent Ireland, won through such hardship, to be corrupted into a hollow shell serving only a select few. For a truly legal and a truly independent Ireland, for a nation where justice is paramount and its citizens can walk their streets in safety, action will be required. Not merely words, but decisive, principled action. We call upon all citizens, all institutions, all those who believe in the promise of this nation to stand with us. The path ahead will be challenging, but it is a path we must together embark upon to save our country and our citizens. Thank you for listening.
That's the ICA. So I have a bunch of Starmer clips, and I need to go to them, but I have Starmer last week saying Islam is the true face of the UK. It is the most beautiful thing. It is what it is to be English. Okay? Rubbing your nose in it. Your culture doesn't exist. Islam is your new culture. Little kids march in the mosque made to worship Allah, bow down, do all that stuff. Him coming in with internet ID. Oh, it really isn't for kids now. So we're going to control all of you and stop people being able to see this stuff. You have the UK government. Look at this. This is an official press release. According to the UK government, you're considered a terrorist if you believe that Western culture is under threat from mass migration. What's the ADL says? Yes, this is really on their website, uk.gov.uk, prevent duty training. And it says extreme right-wing terrorist ideology, cultural nationalism. Western culture is under threat from mass migration and lack of integration by certain ethnic and cultural groups. But that's a fact. And here's Keir Starmer. Starmer calls for spyware on all phones. First, he claimed it was to keep the children safe. Now he says to stop you being able to see beheading videos and rapes and all the rest of it. They don't want you to know how you're under attack. And look at this. This image went out yesterday from Tommy Robinson, reportedly the man that's now in a coma. But no, it turned out it's real. The news was reporting it's another man attacked this week with hammers and knives by the Muslims. This is another man fighting for his life in a hospital after a brutal hammer and knife attack in his own street by foreigners. So there you go.
Attention, citizens.
And it just goes on and on and on. I mentioned this, but here it is. It's at AlexJonesLive.com with links to the BBC and the British government announcement. AlexJonesLive.com, our new news site with all the free audio and video feeds, and that's the mothership address to show everybody you know and those you don't know. UK authorities threaten Brits who share footage of a horrific attack by African migrant as Northern Ireland braces for citizen revolt. That's from yesterday. Citizen revolt did happen. And they say, oh, we're going to arrest you if you do that. So that's all coming up. But when we come back, before I give the number out and go to your calls, I'm going to get to the Carmelo Anthony case and ruling and what the media, the corporate media, we were covering it live yesterday, the white anchors. This is outrage. This is George Floyd. We need an uprising. All of us fighting with each other. If some white guy stabbed a black guy to death, that happens. He goes to prison. Well, why do I care? I mean, it's just, but oh my God, a black guy kills a white guy. Now it's George Floyd. Now we're all victims. And of course, these crazy black people we're going to show you are not indicative of most black folks, but it doesn't matter. There's enough of these people that are now going out and saying, we're going to attack, we're going to kill whites because of this ruling, and now it's happening. And so we're all fighting with each other. Fauci just sits back with the poison shots, and the globalists sit back with the geoengineering and the 5G and the robot takeover. Well, we're all at each other's throats. But when you've got dumbed-down military-age men being brought in, you can't speak sense to them. When they work for the globalists, you got to kick them out. It's that simple. And Carmelo Anthony reportedly cried when he got his sentence. Well, shouldn't be running around with knives stabbing people. And hopefully it's a deterrent to others. Let me just do this. Let me give the number out now on the awakening in the West. Trump saying the Iran war is back on again. All the economic numbers on that I haven't gotten to. They're dire. Big developments there. Lindsey Graham clearly stole the election. He won by almost double. The polls all show it was neck and neck. Give me a break. Why would they steal it so boldly? Why would they make it so obvious? I'll explain why. That ties into a bunch of other election fraud news coming out in California and around the country. There is so much we're going to hit coming up next hour. But the number to join us on air and to give your take on any of the big issues, first-time callers, long-time callers, you name it, on any issue you want to discuss. But obviously I'd like you to, if you want, talk about these issues and the future of humanity. 512-266-0642, 512-266-0642, 512-266-0642. If you're outside the U.S., to the U.S. country code, and you're going to be on air with us. Now, going to break in a minute and a half, but I am so excited because I know people love gravity filters with the highest quality. They're stainless steel that cut out all the pollutants, and it's such a leg up for your body, your health, your immune system, your whole family. Everyone should have a top-rated gravity fed filter in their house. It's the only type of system that cuts it all out, but leaves the good minerals in. And Big Leak went out, got the right companies, the right people, the most beautiful, highest quality stainless steel but more importantly, the highest rated filters that cut everything out, all the forever chemicals, all the atrazine, all the glyphosate, hundreds and hundreds of chemicals. This is amazing. And it is now here. And this is something everybody needs to get, something everybody needs to have. You'll be healthier. You'll be better. You'll take control of your life. It's such a key area of your water. And I know, because in the past, these were huge sellers. This is even better than what we sold in the past. That was the best then. This is even better. That this is something everybody's going to want to get. So this is going to finance the new network, all the new hosts, all the new reporters, and everything. And I knew that these would sell out quickly. There's about a 3-week lag time. It's going to sell out today, but you can still order it for 2-week pre-order. But it's ready to ship right now, but I would get in there right now at thealexjonestore.com because this is an amazing system. Also, 50% off on Ultimate Life Force, the ultimate spike protein detox, cardiovascular booster. Everybody should be on this, young or old. That's 50% off right now. That sale's about to end, thealexjonestore.com. But if you want this incredible 3-gallon gravity-fed filter, highest quality, beautiful stainless steel, this is the very best unit, the very lowest price. You want to take advantage of this right now. It's about to sell out at thealexjonestore.com. The war for the West has begun. I predicted it 5 years ago, later the invasion of Ireland, which began, that knowing the background of that, knowing the sociology, the anthropology, that it would be the detonator. And I am now saying the detonation has now begun. And we're about to get thunderstruck. They're going to crush people. They're going to arrest people. They're going to try to bully the Irish. And it's going to trigger an even bigger awakening. And then the real fight starts. And you look at the forces of the globalists, they're a bunch of pussies. We got a bunch of news coming up next segment, but I want to go to this powerful piece. It was more than 10 years ago that I sang that famous song just from my heart about we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims too. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet. Going to stab your daughter, stab your son, stab your family, and the police chiefs are going to say we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims too. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet. Please behead us. If you talk bad about it, we're going to arrest you. And now this year they had signs up at the police department saying we love our Somalis with all the carnage and theft and murder and criminality there in Minnesota. It's just insane. So that's why this important updated funk version has been put out. Here it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm angry. I've had enough of these folks. They're a bunch of Christian murdering scum, running giant death factories, keeping babies alive, peddling their body parts. What else you gotta know about these folks? I head out and confront these scum. They literally slither out from under rocks. They got green looking skin and they dash around hollering, we love Satan, we wanna devour babies.
I kill my kids.
I caught them on video.
I love Satan, so here.
Hillary's deep in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She crashes in the same room with that creepy, weird old chick whose mom dons a hood over her head. What the heck? That chick number one is ugly. Picture how rank she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just reek. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot-belly goblins are shambling around, hunting us down. My spirit nears that evil and I feel it hit. I
A true classic. We're going to get it posted to X, Real Alex Jones, and Rumble in the next hour. Be sure and get it and share it. Very important piece of cultural work that's been recreated thousands of times and gotten hundreds of millions of views. It'd be a shame if you went to Real Alex Jones when it gets uploaded and shared it. It'd be a shame if you shared the live feed right now at Real Alex Jones on X or at Rumble, rumble.com/Alex Jones Show Live.
Collin County, Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Grand Prairie, Irvin, Dalworth, Plano, Denton, Keller. It ain't safe for none of you white folks to come out this weekend. I'm giving y'all a fair warning right now. And guess what? It's gonna be a bunch of niggas outside that look like me. And we ain't out there with no pocket knives. We out there with these. I guarantee y'all gonna pay for what that judge just did to Carmelo. If you don't believe me, bring y'all bold ass out this weekend and put on your Austin Metcalf shirts and see what happened to you.
Where y'all white people at? If you love Austin, you would be here. But because you don't care, it's fun. Where's Austin's party? No! Y'all don't love Austin. You don't care about Hunter. Because if you did, you would really stand in solidarity, not online, but right here. So I gotta speak for your white baby. I'll do it. I'll conjure that baby and make sure he tells the real story. Bring your white people. I really want to see that support.
By the way, I'm not cherry picking this. Without even looking, I wasn't even really following this. I've probably seen 50, 60 clips of people outside the courthouse in Frisco, Texas, north of Dallas, saying, we're going to kill you, we're going to shoot you, we're going to murder white people, we're coming for you. And now the videos are coming in, not just in Texas, but in Florida and places. Crazy black people just going around and they'll see some old white guy, looks like he's homeless, sitting on the side of the street, just punches him in the face. And the black guy says, you're a juror for Carmelo Anthony. The guy's like, who's that? I'm a disabled veteran. Imagine you're just sitting on the side of the street because you're white and some guy punches you because of some case in Texas. What the hell does that have to do with anything? You think I'm going through court cases? They're out there, white people killing black people? I think I'm like, oh, there's a white guy that stabbed a black guy to death or shot him or something, and let me pay attention to that, and let me say my rights are being violated, and I'm all pissed off about this. Do these crazy brainwashed black people, I'm not saying they're all like that, but this minority of them, do they care that half of black people never get out of their womb and get aborted? No, they don't care about that. I have the black group, some that do care about it. I care too, about everybody. Do they talk about the poison shots targeting black people and everybody else that killed millions? No, they don't care about that. They care about the globalists, the AI data centers, and the chemtrails, and the geoengineering, and the war, and the New World Order. No. They know when the media, because it is this type of black folks, and white people too, that watch corporate media, that's all outraged about this, and you'd think George Floyd got killed. You'd think this guy, Carmelo Anthony, convicted of killing this young football player, you'd think a black guy had gotten killed. How is this even, and they're trying to make it a new George Floyd. And I felt like my IQ was reduced or my brain was sucked out following this last week. I'm sure you did too. We've showed live feeds of just everyone screaming at each other, the pro Carmelo Anthony people fighting with each other. And like, you're murdering us, we're going to kill you. You don't know our pain, you don't know what it is. And like the average white guy's like an air conditioning repair person, probably works for another black guy. The average white guy like works at a grocery store or something. Just like, what am I doing? So it's very, very frustrating to see the corporate media and the ADL, the Southern Poverty Law Center, and all these groups that run the white supremacy groups to create the crisis, create the division, sit there and still have groups of people they control. Now, they control less and less. And that's the good news. But I saw black people that went out and tried to talk to these crazy black people, and they would just start screaming at them and attacking them. And I saw Africans from Africa in different videos that are posted at the Alex Jones Show, AlexJonesLive.com. And they're like, I'm from Africa, and I've been here since I'm 10 years old, and I can tell you, this is a great country compared to other places, and white people have nothing but nice to me, and you need to understand that you're being brainwashed. Shut up, you Uncle Tom, I'm going to kill your ass. Boom, I'm going to blow your head off. It's just like, what? Because they're just into being victims, there's the white boogeyman under the table going to get them. Now, when Fauci went into D.C. and went to black homes and told fathers they were bad because they wouldn't let their kids come out and take shots, the fathers come out and say, you want to poison my kids. This is experimental. This is eugenics. This is like Tuskegee. I'm like, make that black guy the mayor. There's plenty of super smart black people. And that's who they should know is the enemy. There is a white guy who wants to kill you. He wants to kill me too. His name's Fauci. There's another white guy named Bill Gates. They all admit they want to poison us and get rid of all of us. Klaus Schwab, King Charles, talks about his dad wants to kill 80% of us with a virus. Prince Philip. So there actually is a group of white men that are out to kill everybody, but they're allied with other powerful groups. So, but the average white guy, I can assure you, because I am one, just wants to make a living and be left alone, just like everybody else. And the idea that white people get some leg up. All over universities across the Western world, including the U.S., they won't even give white guys jobs now. The big companies say white men need not apply. Government jobs, white men need not apply. It's official in the UK and places. So discriminatory. Oh, because you're white and maybe some of your ancestors did something wrong, you get punished. Well, all these other groups, you hold up a lantern to what they did, they did even worse than white people. Hell, it was the England that ended slavery.
Welcome back, Initiate. I was just discussing the missile launch with Night Shin here. I mean,
there's a bunch of these, but just look at this video. This is in Florida.
Well then, don't keep us waiting.
Black man in Florida filmed himself in an anti-white, racially motivated attack down to 4 crackers, Nafri Camilo, by punching a veteran in the head, all for internet fame. He told the veteran he was going to die after mockingly accusing him of serving on the jury that convicted Carmelo Anthony. And this guy posted on his own, what is that, Instagram? So, I mean, just imagine this. And the veteran guy looks like he's homeless or something, like sitting on the side of the road. And then a black guy comes up on a bicycle and punches you right in the nose. You're like, why'd you do that? Well, because you're on the jury, bitch. The guy's like, who? What are you talking about?
Very well, Paladin. Now, as for the other matter, it's troubling that the
let's say a black criminal killed one member of my family randomly. That's hypothetical. And then somehow he gets off. Do I like randomly go shoot some black lady because of it? Like, I don't even understand that. No, I would. I mean, a white guy, black guy, anybody killed a member of my family, got away with it. It's like that song by Hank Williams Jr., I Got Rights. No, I'm going to
Initiate, please let the scribe know we're ready.
Give you a visit sometime when you least expect it. I'm going to get the person did it, whether they're white or black. Have we ever got back to that point? But this group punishment is totalitarian. It's the mark of a slave state, where you are guilty because somebody that looks like you did it. Oh, a white man did something wrong one time. Oh, well, you're guilty. I'm not guilty of what Bill Gates does. I've been fighting his ass for 32 years. I was the first to spotlight his ass, on his ass. I was the first to discover his dad ran Planned Parenthood and the Eugenics Society for IBM. Doing research. Let's just say this. I was the first to put it on air. Those researchers gave me the information. So that's where we are. I mean, I want black people to succeed and be successful and have a great life. I want everybody to. But as white people, with the left controlling this, the ADL and the NAACP run by the ADL, founded by the ADL, look it up, it's meant to have us all fighting with each other, and we've got to stop this. Now, I understand there are some black people so ignorant, you're not going to be able to reach out to them. And they sound just like the white supremacists doing the same thing back at them, and most of those guys are feds. Come with me. And it's come out. The Southern Poverty Law Center runs almost all the white supremacy groups. And they also fund through Soros, the Black Lives Matter crap. And we just got to get wise to this. So let's play a clip of this guy going around punching veterans in the face because they're white in another state over this ruling.
Paladin, Knight, you want to...
Hey, weren't you on jury selection?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Seriously. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was on jury selection.
He's a vet, dude. He's a vet. He's a vet. He ain't been on jury. Quit, dude.
You on jury? Weren't you on jury?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
You on jury? You was on jury selection. Oh. Not for Anthony, not for Carmelo Anthony. Oh. All right, my B. I thought you. My B. Man, what?
So you got poor white people on the side of the road and a black guy attacks them and just makes a big joke about it. Oh, I thought you were on that jury. The white people, they're going to pay.
Enough, Shin. We have a lead now.
You understand, in just the last 3 days,
You said you're close to tracking down the signal, Valdez?
I have this stack. Each page is a video of 200 plus white people being raped, murdered, killed because of what color they are, by Muslims, blacks, you name it. Now imagine it's at least 20 to 1 black on white crime. It's like 45 times more likely. Now, that's still a small minority of black folks that are doing that, but they're still doing upwards of half the violent crime or more, a tiny demographic of 13%. But the idea is if a black person gets hurt by a white person, all white people are guilty, even if the white person was in the right. It's like this Chinese convenience store owner who gets robbed at gunpoint, chases a guy out with a gun, the guy pulls a gun, they shoot him. 4 of the jury, no, it was the majority, but 6 of the 9 are black. They find the Chinese American not guilty, and then all over the internet, a huge sensation. Black folks call up Chinese restaurants around the country and order huge orders and don't pick them up to punish Chinese people. Most of them don't even know about the case. What does that have to do with it?
It's kind of a sensitive topic for everyone.
And then you're going to wonder why the next time you call a Chinese restaurant, you got a black accent, they're going to hang up on you. Oh, I'm being discriminated against. Yeah, because some other racist black people put a bunch of fake orders in.
Maybe contact with Elder Maxon.
That's the way the world works. And it's not right. So while we're all fighting about this and doing all this, and at each other's throats, the globalists are taking over and literally injecting us with nanotech that self-replicates, and it sterilizes us, gives us heart attacks and cancer. And I got new articles on that as well. But here's just one article. I mean, I have literally 30, 40, 50 of these a day without looking. I'm not going and looking for black on white crime, Muslim on Christian crime. It's just everywhere.
Even imagine how much she has to think about. I'm
and
to support both her
every day or so, some Trump guy with a Trump sign in his yard or a Trump sticker, and whether Trump's gone sideways and isn't good anymore or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have a right to have a Hillary Clinton sticker or a Barack Obama sticker or a AOC sticker or a Trump sticker, and they get killed, they get shot, they get beat to death. And Jasmine Crockett, oh, I forgot that clip. I'll pull that up. We'll play that last and get off the subject and take calls. Jasmine Crockett said, well, this guy was a football player, and he beat up poor Carmelo Anthony pretty bad. No, all the witnesses, including the black teammates of the white guy that got killed, who testified, and that put the nail in the coffin, said no, he kept screaming, yelling, threatening people, and all the guy he killed did was push him on the arm and say, get out. He kept saying, touch me, touch me, touch me. See what happens to all of them. 15 times they told him to leave over like 30 minutes. He's yelling at everybody, going crazy, and then he stabs him right in the heart. And then Jasmine Crockett's saying, oh, you get to fight with me. I'm not just throwing fists. So she's legitimizing this and encouraging this, hoping crazy people go out and kill some more people, and then they go to prison, and she just sits back and thinks it's funny. By the way, we can play you clips of her until she got in Congress. She talks with a little white girl accent. Hello, my name's Jasmine Crockett. Thank you, I'm running for Congress. Thank you so much. Now she's like, I'm Jasmine Crockett, and I hate the white people, and I'm here to tell you, we gonna kill a bunch of them right now over here. Reminds me of Hillary when she goes to Kentucky. She goes, hello, everybody. It's good to be here with you today. I just ate a possum this morning. I'm Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies. Famously, Kamala Harris is from a Hispanic group. Hello, everyone. I love hot sauce and tacos. She actually said that. Do you have taco? Now, this is something some white people do. And then Kamala Harris is in Why Not Black. But I've got even some not super close, but I got family that does this. And you'll go to a Mexican restaurant, the person's in America, they don't even have a Hispanic accent. And they walk over, hey, how you doing? Would you like to drink? We're saying, hello. Ooh, I would like margarita and taco. But I mean, we can show you the clips of Hillary, different crowds, black people. Hello, everybody, I'm Hillary Clinton. Kamala Harris. Hello, everybody, I'm Kamala Harris. Good to see you today. Well, when I go speak to a crowd, when I go to England, I go, hello, everyone, I'm Alex Jones. Good to be here with you today. Or I go to New York, I'm like, welcome. How you doing, buddy boy? Good to be here with you. Yeah, I'm part of the Sopranos, and I was raised right here in Brooklyn. And let me tell you right now that, well, let's just say we got a thing going on here. We call it La Cosa Nostra. Anybody that acts like that, you know is a fraud. In fact, we're live now, but in post, when we post this to X and Rumble, just have the crew, because there's compilations of Jasmine Crockett in her old voice. Hi, my name's Jasmine Crockett. Oh, gosh, I'm running for Congress. I'm a little white girl. Now she's like, hey, baby, I'm going to kill you too. Yeah, kill them white people. And AOC does it too. She changes her voice for everybody. Imagine if I got invited to speak at a black church. I'm like, thank you, Reverend, for having me speak. Let me go up and speak. Hey, it's Fat Albert, everybody. My name Alex Jones. Well, I mean, what is that? But that's the mindset of the left. They're chameleons. They're fakes. Here's Jasmine Crockett.
If a 300-pound man is beating me,
Hit pause.
like
Start it
on
over.
top
Start
of
it.
me,
The guy was like 180. She's like, he was bionic. He was a killer. He was this guy could like bend steel bars with his hand. Yeah, he would kill Kamala Anthony. That thing all dead. He would murder him. And then I tell you, I'm gonna use the knife too. We gotta use the knife. We got all these white people hold us down right now. Start her over.
if a 300-pound man is beating me, like on top of me and beating me down, I'm not limited to fist. You know, I would argue that even the only time we go into things like people's hands being considered deadly weapons is typically like if they're a professional boxer or that kind of stuff. But I think by the time you start getting to like football player, good argument. Good freaking argument. We're not talking about like the golfers. We're talking about football players, right? Like this is what they are trained to do, is to inflict like serious physical contact. And it's my understanding that the decedent was that.
It's her understanding he did serious contact shoving him. So she's trying to get people in trouble. She puts on this whole tough guy act. She's a despicable person. I'll never forget AOC when she first got elected. She goes, I went to the community garden in New York, in Harlem, and there was white people plants. There was cauliflower. Why do they not grow agave? Why do they not grow? This weird fake Hispanic accent, like she's in a Speedy Gonzalez cartoon or something. They just take anything. Cauliflower's from Africa, you dumb idiot. Just because it's white has nothing. Remember they said, serious articles in our Times, is milk racist because it's white? Should we restrict milk? And you're like, what? They want to make everything about this so you can't navigate all the real attacks you're under. I know most of you get this, but man, You think I'm joking? This is like 6, 7, 8 years ago, but just look up. AOC talks about cauliflower being a racist plant. Why are we growing cauliflower? We need to be growing yucca or agave. Well, agave don't grow in New York, you dumbass. It's like, oh, the evil white people have gardens. Now I'm doing a Chinese accent. Why they make us grow cauliflower? You grow whatever the hell you want. It's like, that's the big robbery. Not half the blacks being aborted, not world government, not chemtrails, not poison shots, not GMO, not all the 5G. No, it is cauliflower. The problem ain't the white people made us eat the cauliflower. And I'm into plants. I'm not an ornithologist, but I'm a bird watcher. I like studying birds and a lot of other stuff too. But I'm like, wait a minute, cauliflower from Africa? Because anytime I'll look at where's this from? Where's this plant from? Like, where does this originate? You know, like I know corn comes from Latin America, so does tomatoes, nightshade family, potatoes, tomatoes, and all that. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that Africa? And I'm like, oh, Africa. And cauliflower was actually imported and brought in the Atlantic slave trade with the Africans. So it's actually an African plant that Africans eat from Africa. And she's so dumb. She's like, it's but that's the mindset here. Here, I guess they found a Jasmine Crockett doing her white voice versus her fake Fat Albert voice. Here it is. Yeah, go ahead and roll
First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress.
Maybe because these people, they are crazy, because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in.
Oh, I love coming to Austin. It's so good to be running for Congress. I tell you, bitch, I'm a hoe. Get that ding-a-ling out. Let's have some fun here. Hey. But it's even worse with, she's like, AOC's like, and then there's no agave or yucca. They make us eat cauliflower white food. It's white. It's white. It's white. Meanwhile, cancer virus injections, New World Order, world government, total collapse. Yeah. AOC likens growing cauliflower to colonialism. Ha 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 ha! We'll be right back with your phone call. Stay with us.